Well, hello, Francine.
Hello, Mike and Misha.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful.
Oh,
We
that's wonderful.
we are
Yes.
awesome, and we could not let this day go by without including you with our hashtag Impact 19, celebrating JR's 19th birthday, because you had such an impact
Wow.
on us with the day we lost him, and in the process of getting him prepared and ready for his homegoing service. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I know we had chatted a little bit, but I the one thing I knew, and again, in the spirit of loss, you don't remember everything that's going on when it's happening.
True.
So I knew you had said something to me, and I'll never forget that. I was at Delaware State University with Micah. We went to drop her off for the summer program, and I was in a stairwell coming downstairs from the dorm when I called you to let you know what had happened. And
Right.
you said, it's okay. It's okay. And I was all in my own grief in that moment. But then you said, oh, and let me give a little backstory here about Miss Francine. Miss Francine is my first cousin on my father's side. Her mother and my father are siblings.
Right.
So we're very close. I love my cousin Francine.
And
She's
so do
amazing.
I love you both.
I.
And I think we got even closer once I moved from the West Coast to the East Coast, because this fine thing had to come to the West Coast to get the best thing that happened and bring me back to the East Coast.
I got you.
But I was very close to my Aunt Florine, Francine.
Yes.
I loved her. She just was this beautiful spirit on earth. I mean, her smile lit up a room, and her hugs were like,
Hugs.
I never want to jump out of this. I want to
Yes.
right here in this hug forever. So back to the stairwell. When I called you, I was so much in my grief, and you said, Misha, it's okay. And that's my nickname for everyone. Misha, it's okay. And I said, but he's gone. And my biggest fear in the loss with JR and being a special needs child, Michael and I had all often talked about what will happen if something happens to us. What happens to him? Where
Right.
would he go? And I'm grateful for our children who always said, I don't even know why y'all are talking about it, because he's going with me, or he's going with me. And it was always, we got him. Don't worry about him. That's one
Right.
you guys don't have to worry about. But still, as parents, knowing the special needs that he had, you don't want to burden anyone else. And so our biggest concern, even though we knew he was with the best babysitter ever, um,
That's right.
um, our biggest concern was when he got to heaven, was there anybody there for him? We didn't want him to be afraid. We didn't want him to be scared, because, who would he know there? Like, and that's all we could think about initially. And so I hadn't really shared that with anyone. We hadn't really shared that with anyone. But in
Mm-hmm.
that moment, in that stairwell, as I was crying and I was thinking it, I didn't even speak it. You said, Misha, Mommy was at the pearly gates waiting on him. He is fine.
Yes, Lord.
And I was just like my tears stopped. In that moment, my
Mm-hmm.
tears stopped, and it kind of just caught my breath. And I was just like, it never dawned on me. And you said, and I know it because today is the anniversary of her passing.
Yes.
And that really blew me away. That really
Mm-hmm.
just blew me away. And so
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for that. That is a moment in the middle of the chaos when I don't remember a lot of what had happened. I remember that and giving me that peace in that moment, because
Mm-hmm.
it was really hard for both of us. Mike
Right.
and I talked about that, and how we're like, he's going to feel so lost. He has nobody, and also like, well, who's going to remember to give him his medicine? And it's like, oh, he
We need
doesn't
it.
need that there. But we had such a schedule with Michael that it was just a part of who we were, you know.
I understand.
Yes. So, and then, you know, it was a hard decision for Micah because this all transpired in Delaware when we lost Michael. We were actually living in Connecticut at the time. For those that don't know, we were actually living in Connecticut at the time. Micah had graduated from high school, our oldest daughter, and had gotten accepted to Delaware State. And they had a summer program that she was asked to. They asked a limited amount of students if they, you know, let them know that they were eligible to attend the Jumpstart program there. And so it was really exciting, great time, but that we lost him in the midst of that. So with that being said, I had a conversation with Micah if she wanted to stay or if she wanted to go home. There was no shade. I hated that this was her first adult decision she truly had to make, and she chose to stay. And as a mother, you know, because at the time Michael was still at the hospital with Michael, and as a mother, I just wanted to grab my child and run. You know, like I'm like, you can't stay. You got to go with us. You know, I allowed her to make that decision, and she said she wanted to stay, and I clearly let her know that that's fine, but just know that this cannot be an excuse for failure.
Right.
She heard me, she understood, and ultimately she graduated, and we're so proud of her with her bachelor's.
Praise the Lord. Yes.
Yeah, you were there.
Yes.
But I bring that portion up to state that when Michael and I were going through making the arrangements, the final arrangements for JR and preparing for his homegoing service, my husband says, well, I gotta go get Micah because Micah needs to come home for this. And I was like, no, let me call Francine. And let me tell you about this loving, beautiful sugar bear that I have right here.
That's right.
He is very protective over his whole family. And
right.
I don't trust even with family. He don't trust folks with his family.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you got to be like that.
I understand.
So I said to him, I said, well, let me ask Francine, because Francine is in New Jersey. So she was closer to get to Micah from Delaware than we were coming all the way from Connecticut. And Francine did not hesitate. You didn't. You did not hesitate at all when I said, cousin, I just want to know, would you be available to go pick up Micah and bring her? Because I knew you guys were coming, Francine, my other cousins, her brothers, and her sis in love. And without hesitation, you said, I got it. Just give me her information so I can get to her. And I said, yes.
All right.
And we didn't think anything else about it, Francine. Like, you know, sometimes when we're dealing with things with our kids, we've got to follow up and make sure.
We knew Michael was in good hands and that he would take care of her. And so that was a burden that was lifted off our shoulders so we can concentrate on what we were dealing with to, you know, for the preparation for his homegoing.
Don't y'all have me crying?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
So we definitely appreciated your assistance with that process, and it just made it that much easier for us to, you know, continue with what we were trying to accomplish there. So, and you know, we thank you for that.
And Francine, you're such a sweetheart. I know that was something that was simple for you. It wasn't a big deal to you.
Yeah.
But it was huge for us. It was huge for us. You know, just being able to know that we could trust you that much and knew if Francine's on it, it's done. Like, it's done. So we thank you for that. And let's get in a lighter note here.
Well, I want you two to know that when she got here, we had a ball. When I say we, I mean Jamari, because he's been with me ever since too, but I couldn't get them two apart.
And you know what, Frank, and that I really believe was therapy for her. I really do. And this is just coming off the top of my head, just thinking about that, because you've always told us the relationship that she had with Mari, and they just clicked immediately. He really became like a little brother to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I didn't think about that either.
That hit me. I'm like, that was therapy for her.
Yeah.
That was therapy for her. And
Yeah.
she has videos of when they were together, and it is comical. It is. But I'm so grateful for that. And again, that comes from you just being who you are, I'm just going to put this on you. Your mother was the matriarch of our family. And at this point, for me, that's what you are for us. So,
well, thank y'all. I just give all honor and glory to God, and that I was able to be there for you guys. And you know, I love both of you. Because in the beginning, Mike, I thought you was mean. Because I don't know if y'all remember this, but when my mother lived on in that open field, you guys came up and you made a peach cobbler. And I was like, okay, why he being so mean to little Mike? You know, I thought he was being mean, but he had to handle. I didn't know. I really didn't know at that time. And I said, oh, okay, he doing what he has to do.
Yeah. JR needs a little special attention sometimes.
Gotta be a little concerned. Because he was a character.
Yes, he was. So, Francine, tell us, what is your favorite memory of JR?
You know, I felt really touched when y'all came to my house, and he just wanted to walk, and I felt good because he trusted me to walk around the block with him. And I said, come on,
to know JR is to know that he is very particular about who he meshes with, who he trusts to go around with. So that was huge.
Yeah, and we went around the block, and the way my house, the street, it comes out facing my house. And all of a sudden, he wanted to go left. Left meant it's a little hill. I saw you guys by the house because it looked like you were like, are they going to make it? Oh, how long is it going to take? And then JR started off in a run. And I was like, why? He went up that hill before I could. It was like Mike was on it. He was on it. But I just felt good just walking around that block with him, and that he trusted. He even held my hand. That him and I walked around that block together, and it was only till we got facing my house that he wanted to go left, and he ran up. It's like a little hill there, and he took off running. But Mike came and got, before I could blink my eye, Mike was there. He did not even get all the way to the next corner. Mike was there. And I was like, oh my God, I'm glad he didn't run while we was going around the corner. And that was something special to me, because he wanted to come with me. He wanted to walk with me.
Yes, beautiful. I love that he has these beautiful memories with so many people, and they're sometimes they're very minute, but you just never know the impact that he had and how they hold on to that, you know. So I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that was him. You gotta watch him. He'll take off.
He's known for
and
that.
He was quick too.
Yes. Because when he started running, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. But I hollered Mike, and you was like on it. Yes. But that was a favorite time for myself. It was a favorite time because he trusted me to walk with. So that was my favorite time. And
love
y'all just been my favorites.
it.
You know, for the longest, that you even trust me to go pick up your daughter and no worries. And for me to walk around the block with Mike, that's awesome to me.
Yeah.
And I just thank God for both of you.
Yeah.
And I love that what y'all doing is it's just awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
you know what? Today is a special day because I got a phone call this morning from my sister-in-law, April, and she said, Frank, I said, what? Everything okay? She said, yeah, but then they might let Danny come home. And I'm like, what, today? You know, so, you know, I said, this is a good thing. I said, Mike and here we go, we connected again. So I'm just like, I'm overjoyed. And I told April, I said, we gonna trust God that this man gonna come and put in a ramp for you. And everything else that Danny needs is gonna take place today, because today is a special day.
Really.
So that's something else special. And I can't believe Mike is 19.
You're right. Yeah. Well, in memory of that as well, we chose to do this today where we're calling it #Impact19, where we reach out to 19 different people, 15 who specifically either impacted us or Michael or collectively. And with that, we will be shipping out this beautiful foundation shirt from Triumph Victory, Limits None. This is our special tee that we created for the foundation in collaboration with them. So that will be coming your way so you can rock Michael all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister and nephew actually own the company that does the t-shirts and stuff. So yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Frank. We appreciate you for giving us a little bit of time of your day. Thank you so much. We love you.
We definitely love you.
Love you too. Love you. I brag about y'all all the time. You should know that.
Thank you. All right. Well, you have a great rest of your day, Frank.
Thank you. And you too. You both enjoy the day. Celebrate.
Yes, ma'am.